consensus do we need to have a sense of working together and not being subject to violence or to unforeseen accidents? What is the mass mind? The mass mind is always there. It's the effect of our inventions in creating a consensus. But the mass mind now has been permeated by the non-mass mind, the non-physical mass mind. The astral mass mind is looking for action, wants to engage, wants to be part of this. So even the mass mind has been alleviated. But that's the mystery of what's coming. How much of a consensus do we need to have a sense of working together and not being subject to violence or to unforeseen accidents? How much do I need to think you, James, are tuned in and on the same page as me? Besides our personal subjectivities, what can we agree on? What overlaps? What is reality? That has the mass mind has been seriously shrunk. How much of a consensus do we need to have a sense of working together and not being subject to violence or to unforeseen accidents? So there is no mass mind. But there are the environments that create the mass mind.
Right.
There is technology. The mass mind is not a psychological state. It is the technologies we use and the effects they make. The mass mind is not a psychological state. It is the technologies we use and the effects they make.
Right.
So the mass mind has always been speech itself. It's always been writing itself. It's always been books itself. It's always been movies, TVs, newspapers. These, McLuhan inventoried the effects of these stages of the mass mind.
Right.
But the mass mind is not a nebulous situation. It's not the morphic resonance field. The morphic resonance field is a projection of certain chemical astral body archival images into what is not so mysterious. It is the computer in front of me. When I look at the computer, I'm looking at the mass mind.
Right.
All right? The mass mind is identifiable as the technologies we're using. That's what we're playing with. That's what the young kids are doing. They have a little gadget that can play and replay memes.
Yeah, that's right.
They are bigger than the mass mind. But people do fanatically look at their little BlackBerries and little devices and iPhones to see what the mass mind is doing.
Right, always.
Yeah, we don't know how much we can survive securely psychologically without a sense of the other. That is
without being wired in, you mean?
Or a sense that it's not all dependent on me. That there's something else that will help me. That I can get in touch with you, James.
Yeah, that's right.
There's this old story I think Paul Krasner or Ken Kesey used to tell of a king, and he had a friend, and either they anticipated the town panic, the citizens panic, or when it happened, they put a mark on each forehead. The king had a mark on his forehead, his friend had a mark, so that they, as people started hallucinating, going nuts, that they could recognize each other.
Yeah, that's right.
That's an archetypal need. Well, why do couples get together? Why do they need a sense of a special private relationship? It's a kind of security. It's a private version of what we do when we complain to the British Prime Minister that there's no money. Do something about it. You have ruined the collective idea of the United Kingdom. You have wiped out something that we can depend on. So as we become more fearless and interact with the given, the astral,
what do we learn,
the
Paul?
energy's there,
I didn't
it's going to be interesting
I don't fucking know either.
Language and what...
I guess we learned not to do it again.
Yes.
I'm fucked if I know what we did.
Yes, it's hard to say. The new technologies that are going to come in. How much will it be necessary?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Is it a cow?